Hey everyone, it's Chris, PDX Picker. We're back with another video. This is going to be the weird beginning, a weird intro to the video, because I have to pull an order real quick because somebody asked me to ship it out overnight. So we are going to get right into the intro song after this. I'm going to pull that order. We're going to actually come back the next day to pull the rest of the orders. But anyway, let's get that intro song started and we'll get into pulling these orders.
Wanna buy that Farrah Fawcett poster? There's dispensers and a toaster. Don't know why. That kind of stuff you throw away. I'll sell on eBay.
All right, so like I said, this is somebody who bought this item. They requested, sent me a message and requested overnight shipping. It is a really good item, a really big sale, so I was very happy to oblige. I did ask if they wouldn't mind kind of splitting the cost of shipping with me. Just out of customer service, I decided to do that rather than charge the full amount for the shipping. They agreed to, so I added $20 to the total. But let's go ahead and pull the order. It's a good one. So it is in G2. I bought this item at a garage sale. Turn that around so you don't stare at the box the whole time. But I bought this at a garage sale where the person was very heavy into Disney and Funko Pops. I think they had a booth at a antique mall kind of a thing, or they had a, what the heck is this thing? They had some, I mean, I believe they sold some things online because they did have some eBay comps. There it is. But anyway, for some random reason, they had this item, and I asked them if it was real. They said yes. After I bought it, I did some research on my own to try and determine also if I thought it was real. Everything about it looked real for sure, and I only bought it for $10, and it sold for $320. So here it is. It is a Louis Vuitton men's. All right, so it is just a men's credit card wallet. So I think it holds like maybe, I don't know, 6 cards at the most. Bought it for $10. Louis Vuitton sells it new on their website for $360. This one was new. I'm guessing I don't know how this person came upon it, but they didn't want it. They didn't care about selling it for what it was worth, so they sold it to me for $10. Comes with the gift box and everything. And like I said, sold for $320. I am going to have to overnight ship it to Miami, so that's going to cost me about $41 or so. I'll take it though. That's okay. I'll be happy with that. So that's going to be the end of today's part of the video. We'll cut right back in a couple of seconds. Tomorrow, should have some good sales going tomorrow. I'm going to cut back in real quick. Wasn't planning on adding this part, but this is just another tip. I'm sure you guys probably have run into issues like this already, but I went ahead and packed this item and I was getting ready to ship it. I pre-weighed it. I thought it was going to be 8 ounces to ship it, but when I packed everything up, it came out to 9 ounces. All right. So every 4 ounces is a break or a cost difference when it comes to the post office. So going from 8 ounces to 9 ounces on a Priority Mail Express package actually raised the price of the item $6, which is crazy to me. So keep an eye out on anytime you might have to do that. For higher weights, every pound of difference causes different prices in the rates. So keep an eye on your postage. If there are areas where you can reduce the weight to get from down to the next rate below, take advantage of it. Look into doing it. Could save you a lot of money. Like for me in this case, I'm going to pull out just a little bit of extra packing paper and get it down to 8 ounces and save myself $6 on shipping. Crazy. Let's get back to pulling some orders. We are back. It is day 2, I guess, of this video, since we had to come in on day 1 with a quick order that I needed to get out same day. I'm working with a new camera, so hopefully this comes through. I tried everything I could with my GoPro. Couldn't get it to turn on at all. It might be an easy fix, it might not. I'm not super tech savvy, but it was time to upgrade anyway. I would like to get my GoPro working again so that I could take it out and still use it if I'm going to garage sales, or sometimes when I go to thrift stores I use it. But in the meantime, I upgraded to a hopefully nicer camera for doing these videos. This is mostly the content that I'm putting out anyway, are these what sold videos. So hopefully this new camera will work well. I don't quite have all the accessories I want for it yet. I don't have a tripod or any of those things. So we'll make do with what we have. So we have about 9 items going out today, plus the one that went out yesterday, so 10 total. Very good sales total as well. Of course, that $320 Louis Vuitton wallet certainly didn't hurt on that regard. All right, let's pull the rest of the orders that sold for me. It's Friday, and I don't often pull videos or pull orders on Friday. I frequently wait for over the weekend to pull the orders, but the sales have been really good. In addition to the Louis Vuitton wallet, I had 9 other things that sold. This first item or items that sold was a lot of CDs. I bought these for, I think I paid $0.25 each, and then there's 9 of them, or maybe there's 8 of them. Anyway, I think I paid about $2 for these. And here they are right here. So this set of CDs, they're rock CDs, kind of metal CDs from the 80s, 90s, and maybe one in the early 2000s, but I think just the 80s and 90s. So we've got Winger, Cinderella, Once Upon a Hurricane, Paradise Lost, Draconian Times. This one I think is that's from, I guess these are all from the 90s, 80s and 90s. Wasp, The Crimson Idol, Wasp, First Blood, Last Cuts. The Cult, High Octane. It's funny, I just realized there's a song on here, She Sells Sanctuary, that I really like, and I had no idea it was them. When I got this CD, I'm like, who's The Cult? I probably should know them, but anyway, found out there's a song in there that I really like. And then the Last Action Hero soundtrack. Anyway, I put those up for auction because I didn't know what to price them at. I probably should have put a lot together and maybe asked $20. They sold for $11.50 on auction, so not great, but much better than the $2 I spent on it. This next item that sold is much better. I paid $5 for this at a really good garage sale that I went to. I've sold a couple of things from this sale already, and this is the best one. My last video, I had a McCoy vase that I bought from there, and that sold for $30. This is an old vintage Mattel Electronics auto race game. There it is right there. When I bought it, it was $5. When I bought it, I asked the gentleman running the sale if he knew if it worked. He said he did not. But I put a 9-volt battery in there and tested it out, and it worked great. So I sold this for $52.95 plus shipping. I believe this is one of the more rare vintage Mattel Electronics games. There's football, basketball, soccer probably. I'm sure there's others. But this one is maybe a little bit more on the rare side, and so that contributes to a higher value on it, I think. So $52.95. And then this next item that's sold, I'm just continuing to be surprised by this ephemera lot that I bought at a live auction last year. That when I first bought it and I looked through it and I was like, I just don't know how great it is. That has turned out to be really good. I already sold one set of like transportation ephemera that sold a lot of it for $29.95 plus shipping. I paid a total of like $15 for this. And then I just sold these 2 things. I probably could have got more for it, but let me flip the camera around. So these are old Watkins calendars. This one's from 1903. Just a really like cool color cover. So this is from the J.R. Watkins Medical Company. They put out these calendars. I guess they're a little bit like, let me take this out of here so you can actually see without the glare. They're a little bit like almanacs, I guess, but what's interesting about these is these are 100% in German. They're United States printed. I believe this came from Winona. You see that? Winona, Minnesota. 1903, but it's 100% German. Same with this one. This one's later. It is from 1913. But then on there it says the 46th year, so they started in the, what, probably 1867, if I can do my math quickly. And this one also, all in German. But I'm bearing the lead here. I didn't know exactly what to list these at, because no others that have sold. These are definitely things to look up on WorthPoint. Very good, a great resource for WorthPoint, but none of these have sold on eBay in the last 3 years, so I took a look back in WorthPoint that goes back, I think 15 years. And specifically talking about the German language versions, there's quite a few of these Watkins calendars, later versions, that sell with some regularity, not for that much, 10, 15 bucks. But anyway, long story long, these sold, I took an offer for $45 plus shipping on these two German language Watkins calendars. Right away, almost instantly, almost everybody that viewed this listing watched it as well. I think I had at one point 3 views, 3 watchers, then I got to like 6 views, 4 watchers, and then somebody just bought it from me. So that was a very cool, great find in here. The best part, I think, from this ephemera lot is what I'm going to show you right here. I haven't listed these yet, but I almost made a goof. And I still need to do a little bit more research to confirm this, but I almost made a goof and included these in with a bunch of other like farming related magazines or ephemera. But this here, or these here, these are issues of the Furrow magazine, or I don't know if it's a magazine, but it's the Furrow, and this one's from 1914, fourth volume or 4th edition. This is 1916. This is also 1914, but the first issue of that year. These are super collectible, especially at this age, because this is an old John Deere publication. So, this says John Deere Plow Company on the back here. And these are just, I guess, people that like to collect John Deere related things love these older Furrow magazines, and they don't come up that often, and almost all of them go on auction. These have sold for over $100 on auction for just one, and I have 3 of them here. I'm thinking about listing them individually, though. I might ask. Contemplating listing them all together as a lot and asking $350. I'm contemplating listing them individually for $150 each. I'll have to do a little bit more research. I'm not entirely certain. I'm pretty sure that the age on them is good, but I don't know what the best route to go. Like I said before, it looks like almost all of them have been sold via auction before, and I don't always have the best of luck when it comes to auctions, although those ones seem to do really well. But like with the CDs, I probably could have gotten more for them, and this next item is another example. I probably shouldn't have put these up for auction, but I just didn't know for sure on the value. But let's take a look at what sold next. It is this lot of DC Blue Digest. There's 9 of them in here. Sorry, that's probably a bad picture, but this is issue number 1. We got number 6. There's 9 total in here, but these are all DC Blue Ribbon Digest, which is kind of like a book version. These came out early 1980s. I bought all of these for 50 cents each. So there's 9 of them total, so I spent $4.50 on this lot. And we end up with one that actually isn't. This is a book, The World's Greatest Superheroes Present Superman. Very similar comic, but this came out in the early. This also came out 1982. Going into a lot of detail on these to say that I probably should have just either listed them individually as a lot or I mean, just that book alone can sell for $15 to $20. But on auction, I only got $14.16 for them. That's what it was bid up to. Didn't do that great on it, and that's why I'm a little bit hesitant on those Furrow magazines to put them up at an auction, because the fact that I have 3 of them means that the supply is obviously higher than if somebody's just auctioning off one and that's the only one listed for sale. So the other option I have on that, maybe I don't have to auction them all close to each other. I might just auction one, wait a couple of months, auction another, and go from there. So it's just, there's different strategies that you can implement to try and maximize your money. I don't play that game very well. Oftentimes I lose and don't do well. So I don't know, it's almost a bit like gambling, and I suck at gambling, pardon my language. But anyway, I don't know what to do. Tell me what you guys think. Comment below. What do you think the best thing for me to do when it comes to those Furrow magazines? Should I auction them off? Should I lot them together? Should I sell them individually? Not on auction? What should I do? All right, this next item that sold, took a chance on this and it worked out well. I bought this Ralph Lauren bucket hat, Polo Ralph Lauren bucket hat, for $5 at a garage sale. It has some age to it. This is made in Taiwan, so probably from the 90s would be my guess. Ralph Lauren Polo Ralph Lauren bucket hats are really good pickups if you can find them. They have a very high sell-through rate. They sell for $30+. And this one though, especially if it's got the pony on the front, the pony logo, those are more desirable. So this had 2 things going against it. It doesn't have the pony logo, and it doesn't obviously say Ralph Lauren or Polo on it. It has just this tiny tag right there. But, I mean, if somebody wanted to, and I even put this in my listing, they could flip it inside out and wear it this way. It'd be a little bit weird because, you know, it clearly has the 100% cotton and all that, so it's not supposed to be worn this way, but you could if you were super label conscious. But anyway, I bought that for $5 and it sold for $26. I took an offer for it, so I thought that was a pretty good deal. Still a good value in that sale, and I was happy with that. All right, so we have 3 more items to pull, and then we'll go into, we'll end the video. But this next item that sold, just kind of a throw-in. I bought it for 25 cents at my favorite church rummage sale. And I believe it sold, is this the right one? Yeah. It sold for $10, free shipping. It's one of these old vintage icicles. Let me show you what it is. I don't know why I'm telling you about it without showing you. It is one of these packs of old, like, icicles that they're just the foil strands. There's 800 strands in here that are 18 inches long. Originally priced 89 cents. Fairly certain these are from the 80s. Might be the 90s, but I'm pretty sure they're from the 80s. Those sold for $10 free shipping. Picked them up for $1. I have another one, different brand, but another one listed for sale as well. I think I can just do this, can't I? Yes, I sure can. Let's do that. Anyway, I have another one of those for sale, also for my full price of $11.90. But let's see. I got back from the thrift. Got back from going out garage sailing this morning, and whew, the garage sales were bad. First garage sale I went to, I thought I was going to do really well. Came upon them. I've been to this house before, so they have an annual garage sale. I don't know where they get their stuff because it was just tons and tons of stuff. But anyway, they had a Guitar Hero guitar, a Wii Guitar Hero guitar, and it was in good condition. And they had the Rock Band drum set for the Wii. Also appeared to be in good condition. So I was going to be excited to buy both of them, but they hadn't priced it yet. And so I asked, it was two women running it. I asked one of the women, what's your price on these? And she said, oh, hold up, we're going to have to look them up. And so as soon as I heard that, I kind of figured it wasn't going to be a great deal. And they came out with a relatively fair offer. I think the guitar, I have one listed already for $59. Hasn't sold yet. I need to drop the price a little bit. I think the value on those is about $45 to $50. the exact same guitar model. So I know, there's a lot of different Guitar Hero guitars, but this one was the exact same as one I have listed. So I probably could have got $50 for that, and the drum set, if it was complete, I would have needed to do more research on it. Could go as high as maybe $150, so there could have been approximately $200 of sales on there, but the guitars are not too bad to ship. I do not like to ship, well actually I haven't shipped yet, but I haven't bought or sold one of the Rock Band drum sets yet. I have heard that can be annoying to ship. Obviously they're just pretty big. They can break down, but anyway, long story short, they asked $60 for the pair of them, and even though I potentially could have got as much as $150 for them, they weren't tested. I don't think they used them. I don't know where they came from. Just the fact that I didn't know whether they worked, and the shipping is a bit of a nightmare on the drum sets. I just said I didn't even counter with them. Because I didn't want to. If they were going to say, yeah, how about $10? Take them for $10. I would have jumped on that because that's worth the risk. But I didn't want to spend even if I had come back and offered 40, which there's no guarantee at all they would have taken that. But even if I had offered $40, that's a lot of money to risk if they don't work. So I just said thanks, but no thanks, and moved along. And I went to maybe 2 other yard sales, and neither of them were any good. One of them the ad for it looked really good. And I know why it looked good, because they had a sign out front that said they were antiques finders or antiques hunters. They appear to have a hobby business out of their house. Of course, there's nothing wrong with that at all, but they were just a bunch of like cool old vintage advertising signs, road signs. They had a whole big slew of uranium glass dishes, and then a whole bunch of stuff that I wasn't interested in, but it was just way too high priced. They were asking close to, if not retail prices for their items, which is fine. But I wasn't obviously in a place to buy any of those because I wouldn't make any money. I feel like I thought I heard somebody was going to come into the little shop of hoarders here, but I think it's just the neighbors. We have new neighbors going in to our area. We had a vacant lot in our neighborhood for past 3 or 4 years or so, and it finally got purchased, and they are putting in the framing there for the foundation. So it'll be interesting. It'll be an interesting change to the neighborhood when that happens. Not the neighborhood per se, but our lot. It'll be interesting because we'll just have a different view of the house, with there being a house right there. So anyway, I think that was the sound of what I heard, was somebody hammering on that. I thought it was somebody coming to visit, but it wasn't. So, all right. I forgot what I was talking about, but I doubt it was interesting. So let's go to the next item that's sold. Oh, I know where I was going. Yeah, we'll go into the next item, and then I'll talk about the other things that I found when I was out hunting. 35. Yeah, I went to, so those are the 3 garage sales I went to. Actually, I went to a 4th one. So I was on the way to my favorite thrift store when I saw a sign for a garage sale, and I decided to stop. And it turned out to be decent. I swear they said it was in box 34. But I don't see it. Is it box 32? No. Box 33? Nope. Box 35? Yes, they were in box 35. So I went to this random one that didn't have, it wasn't advertised. And I'm starting to think that non-advertised sales are really the way to go in my area, because I feel like the people that advertise charge way too much for their items. So anyway, this next item that's sold, a pair of Keen Elsa boots. Elsa, like Frozen, Let It Go. These are winter boots. They're waterproof. They're Sherpa lined here. So kind of surprised they sold now, with it being 100 degrees outside. But I bought these for, I don't remember what I bought them for. I'm going to guess $10, but hold please, and I'll tell you exactly what I bought them for. So when I want to know how much I paid for an item, and this is by no means an advertisement for this, but all I do is I pull up My Reseller Genie, and I type in, well, that didn't work, type in some keywords here, Elsa, and I can see right there that I spent $7.49 on it. I listed it on May 2nd, so it sold in under 90 days. So $7.49, and they sold for $35. So I went to this garage sale, and they had a couple of pairs of new with tags Levi's 505 regular shorts for $5 each. New with tags clothes, especially a good brand like Levi's, are really nice. The sell-through rate on these is about 60%, and I can probably get around probably $28, $27 plus shipping on these, each of them. So that is a really nice find. I thought I found a super great hit in here, if I can find where it went. But anyway, they had a camera. Here it is. They had this camera for $20. Let me set this down. So as I'm sure a lot of you know, Canon PowerShot digital cameras can be really nice finds. And this one looked super good. It was 14.1 megapixels. It's a PowerShot SX150IS. Haven't tested it yet as it needs batteries, but she said the lady said it should work. It was actually her nephew's, and he passed away, and it was really expensive when he bought it. Just a nice big screen. I mean, I've sold Canon PowerShot cameras that are half as nice looking as this for $75. So I just assumed, this is going to be a really good hit. She was asking $20 for it. I didn't even take the time to look it up. Just assumed it was going to be good. And let me tell you, it's just average. It's about a $50 camera, maybe $60 camera. So I don't know. I don't know what the secret is on Canon PowerShots, why some are so much more than others. I mean, I don't know. I literally have no idea. It has nothing to do with the megapixels, because this one's pretty high at 14.1. This one has a 12x optical zoom, which is not too bad at all. Just doesn't have a lot of value. All right, what else did we find today? I'm going to take a risk on this big old bag of ties. I've heard some people do really well selling ties, and this whole big bag, I'm guessing there's probably 25 or more in here. It only costs $10. So there's probably a bunch in here that are not going to be any good, and hopefully one or two that'll at least pay for the $10, but who knows? So we're going to give it a shot. It'll be interesting because it is, obviously, they're going to be wrinkled and not great. We'll see how that turns out. I got a pair of Oboz hiking boots for $10. The Oboz is a really good brand. I think these should be worth $50. So they're really good condition. Just need to clean up the soles, a little bit of cleaning on the sides. That should be worth $50. I think this will be a good one. There's not a whole ton of these that have sold, but coming up into Halloween time period, this is by a company called Black Craft. They, I don't know exactly what they are, but anyway, this is a little like purse type thing. I bought it for $8, and this Never Trust the Living piece. I don't know if there's some collaboration or something with this, but probably could sell this on Depop. It seems like it might be a good location to sell something like this. There's a couple that have sold on eBay, but they're not clear like this, and they sell in the $50+ range. So we'll see. I'm hoping to get at least $30 for that, I think. Here are some really nice Nike Shox. Like, the condition on them I think is super good. They were originally listed at $29.99, but these were on 75% off. So I got these for $7.50. And a lot of the Nike Shox can go in the $70, $80 range. I'm hoping these ones can as well because of the condition. And I think the colorway on them is really cool. So hoping to get 70 or 80 for those. Another nice pair of Merrell Moabs. These are the boot version. I've sold a ton of the low top version of these for around $30 to $40. And these are probably the nicest condition ones yet. I got these for $10. They were originally $19.99, but they were on sale 50% off. So I'm gonna probably shoot for $45 or maybe even $50 on these. I don't know how this is gonna do, but it's a new Timex heart rate monitor. These can sell for like 25, 30 bucks. There's not a huge sell-through rate on them, but it's a new item. It's kind of small. Paid $4 for it. Have it listed for, I'll list it for probably $29.95 best offer. So hopefully, I mean, some of these, I think new, like in the store, these are crazy expensive, like 80 bucks or more. Anyway, we'll see. Hopefully I can get 25 or 20 even for these. Took a chance on these. I've heard that this brand OrthoFeet sells really well. Sorry. I'm trying to, maybe inside here you can see OrthoFeet, because I don't really know if it says it anywhere else, but I think these are walking shoes, and they were also originally $30, but 75% off, so I got these for $7.50. These are not necessarily high dollar items, but the sell-through rate on them is pretty good, so I'm hoping to get $35 for these. They are in really good condition, just need to do a little bit of cleaning up on the sole, and maybe another little spot here or there, but look like they've hardly been worn at all. And then the last thing that I got, sorry for the bad camera angle, is a pair of these Lacrosse Lacrosse Burley boots. They are a size 11. One downside to them is they have some marker on here. I'm going to try and maybe get that off with Magic Eraser. Hopefully that will. You gotta be careful with Magic Erasers and shoes, because well, they can do this to them. This shoe had some marker on it right here at the tip. Hopefully that comes through. And I tried to this should have been obvious to not use a Magic Eraser on this, but I tried to get it off with the Magic Eraser, and it just took off a whole bunch of the color there of the red. So these, thankfully I only spent $2 on these shoes, but they are going in the donate pile. Maybe somebody will buy those. But anyway, so I'm going to be careful, even though this is rubber. I think it's probably safe Magic Eraser wise, but these Lacrosse Burley are, I think they're more of like a work boot. No. Look, it says scent free. That reminded me. These are hunting boots. Hunting boots can do really well, even this time of year. I think if hunting is in the fall, but I guess people hunt year round. But bought these for only $8, and I think I can sell these for as much as $80, especially if I can get the writing off on here. Although thankfully Smith is a very common last name, so who knows? I might be able to sell it to somebody named Smith. But hoping to get at least $50 for those. They're just in impeccable condition. I don't know if they've been, I don't even know if they've been worn at all. Somebody bought them and put their name on it, but I'm not sure if they went out hunting, so we'll see. Last item that's sold for the day, another pair of shoes. Are you guys seeing a pattern here? If you are interested in selling shoes, keep watching my channel, because I have a lot of shoes that I sell. These are a pair of shoes that I picked up last year. I picked up two that looked almost identical. They were just, one was black and the other was navy, which is the navy pair is the one that sold today. These are Converse U's, Y-O-U. And Converse U's are customizable Converse that you can, well, customize. So this person, when they bought them, they made them look like this. So they're these mules. They added the rainbow shoelaces, but these have never been worn, just like the other pair. So I was like, oh, and I bought these for $8. And I was just thinking, well, you know, basically a brand new pair of Converse, even though they have been customized for $8, seemed like a good buy. Well, they took forever to sell. Like the other one took about 9 months. This one took probably a year, and it finally sold. I took an offer for $28 plus shipping. Not bad, you know, so $8 into $28, not a bad price. It just took way too long. So that is why I don't buy Converse anymore. They're just a dime a dozen out there. It's just, there's so many for sale. I think it's hard to differentiate yourself from the others unless you just want to ask a super low price, which I'm not super keen on because, you know, I get decent prices for most of my shoes, so I don't want to undercut the market just to finally sell one pair, which is why my plan is to only in extreme circumstances will I buy Converse in the future. So anyway, that is it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Please like this video if you did like it, and consider subscribing to my channel to get more content like this in the future. Thanks again. I wish you all the best of luck in your ventures out there, and we will catch you on the next video. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.